Hello, my friends. For this reading, we have the Lamb as your significator, peaceful, prophetic, and patient. Now, I do want to tell you that I tried to do this reading earlier today, and for whatever reason, only about 30 seconds of it got recorded. So if I go through this pretty quickly, it's because I've already been through it. Okay. The Lamb is the bearer of an important message. Its contents can only be heard when a deep level of quiet has been established. Lamb energy is the honest guidance you hear from an old friend, a young child, or sometimes a surprising stranger. Though the Lamb's message may channel through another person, the wisdom resonates within you. It will repeat and reverberate until you listen. Approach this gentle creature with the utmost patience and reverence. Truth is a gift. Sit still, listen, receive. When in balance, knowingness, inner peace. Inner voice? That's interesting. When out of balance, quiet, timid, concerned. To bring into balance, meditation and listening. So it sounds like somebody has said something to you that has really hit home in some regard. I don't know what you've done about this thing that's been said to you. Maybe you've listened to it, maybe you haven't. But perhaps you should pay more attention to it. So, moving on. November and Box. This, of course, are the tea leaves. These are here to help you determine whether or not this is your reading. So, Box, you will receive a gift. Underneath, I left the fly on top. Okay, Diamond. You'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. So this gift thing is really big. Maybe there's some sort of event in November that involves gift giving. Or has been. I don't know. Could be a birthday, could be an anniversary, could be something entirely different. But these are all things that you should know about. Okay. So we have bird flying. News is on the way. Perhaps about this gift? All right. Now, these last two are a little concerning to me. Time to go out and have fun and pay attention to your finances. So perhaps you have a tendency to spend too much when you go out and have fun. This is the most concerning card you have here. It is the Fly, and it indicates a period of ill health, in particular depression. So, things sounded pretty good up until then. Make sure this, when you're going out and having fun, it's not false fun. All right, let's get to cards. All right. Now when I pulled tarot for you, I got, the Lovers and the Emperor as your first two cards. That was a bit of a surprise. Didn't quite know what to make of that, especially since then we got Five of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and Six of Pentacles in crossing positions. So while the Lovers and the Emperor look pretty positive, the Lovers can be about an intense connection, yes, but they could also be about making a good choice, about leveling up. I was going to say growing up. That's kind of what I mean by the leveling up. It can be maturing in some fashion. With the Emperor here, it could be you becoming the kind of person that other people look up to, that they respect, that they follow. Becoming a good leader, not because you use force in any way, but because of who you are. You are consistent, fair, of course, but you are true to yourself first and foremost, because that's the only way you can be consistent, fair, and a good leader, honestly. There has to be this backbone of integrity consistency, authenticity to the emperor. Yes, they are disciplined. They have codes of conduct, perhaps, but they are fair, and they walk their talk, okay? And that's how they gain the respect of others. You, however, have the Six of Pentacles in a crossing position. Now, this could be actually getting help from somebody, like a therapist, a mentor, a teacher, a guide. And then we have Ace of Pentacles. This should be about planting the seed to bring about material well-being for yourself and the people you care about. And the Five of Pentacles, you don't have it in reverse, but you don't have it in the upright either, which is actually really good, because the Five of Pentacles is about a lack mentality, a sense of being left out in the cold. It's also about self-pity. But the other thing about the Five of Pentacles is that you have what you need to turn your situation around. But all too often, you're not doing it. You're not turning things around because you're self-pity, honestly. So we have this scarcity mindset, maybe a victim mentality. This Ace of Pentacles that just isn't really being planted properly. And then this help that isn't quite helpful. I was very concerned about that, so I pulled a couple more cards, and I got Death and Five of Cups, both in reverse. So that's 3 out of 7. Yes, 3 out of 7 cards are major arcana here. Death in reverse. Excuse me. You're being very, very resistant to change, to becoming more. This I can see now why this isn't working out very well. It's maybe you don't trust them, but maybe the real issue is that you don't want to change. That you are in some sense comfortable, complacent with your situation. It's not a particularly good one, obviously. The Ace of Pentacles isn't grounding. It hasn't been planted properly. You're feeling a lot of scarcity, whether you need to have experienced that or not. That, you know, the Five of Cups should be about learning a lesson and moving on. Yes, it's a very, very painful lesson, but there is something more after that lesson. Once that lesson is learned, then you can move on to something better. But you have it in reverse. So you aren't letting go of the pain, you're holding on to it, more wallowing, whether it's self-pity or guilt or grief. And the change isn't happening. The transformation that's supposed to be happening is not happening. Not that it's not. Transformation is very painful, can be very painful. But you're really holding yourself in one place. I can see now why you have depression coming up. This is your potential. But this is what you're choosing. Okay, now then, when I pulled the cards for what the universe has to say about all this, we got True North, life path, seeking truth, direction, finding your way, know where you're going, make a plan, which could go back to the message that you got from the Lamb. And once again, there's supposed to be change. They're supposed to be taking something, let it be a catalyst for change. Turn it into something else. Yes, effort is required. Something will be torched. But you have to get it going so that it can become something else. Once again, we have the torch. Moving from darkness to light. Courage, forge ahead. Stand up for the truth. Bold, passionate, justice, freedom. But still, there's this clinging to outdated thinking, to dogma, and feeling sorry for yourself. Feeling that things are working against you. But there are new things on the horizon. Remember this 5 of Cups here. New things are on the horizon. If you are determined, if you are persistent, repetition. Repetition is what will make your dreams come true. Going through the painful stuff, you can't avoid it. So now we have misleading information. Strategic planning, steady progress. But where? With misleading information, I'm not exactly sure where this is taking you. There is a need. There's a soul spark. You've met someone, you've gotten this message. And it is calling for you to remove a lot of stuff, to purge, to make a clean sweep. I don't know, it's so hard to say. Delete a lot of stuff, a total makeover. It is unavoidable. And you need to learn how to lift out of negativity. This clean sweep would probably do wonders for that. They've actually done studies on it. And doing something as simple as sorting out your sock drawer can have an enormous effect on your mood. So sorting out things physically can help you to sort things out mentally and emotionally. So you can figure your way out of this. But remember I said I really wasn't sure which way you were going, and I'm still not sure which way you're going. It may be, some would argue that if you are destined for an awakening, then you will have an awakening. If you are destined for an evolution of the soul, it will happen. It may not happen as fast or as easily as it could. I'm not saying it's ever easy, but if you fight it, it can take a lot longer and be a lot more painful. So the question is, do you want to stay here or do you want to go here? You've gotten some kind of message about it. And I suspect that this refers to that the 6 of Pentacles, it could be a group, person, mentor, support group. They're probably encouraging you to walk away from this toxic situation. So I think, long story short, you know what to do. You don't want to do it. And that is the issue. No one can force you to do it. It will be your choice in the end. So, I am wishing you all the best.